Brandon Paulin is 19 years old. He's a college student, and later today, this evening, he'll be sworn in as the new mayor of Indian Head, Maryland, at age 19, and he joins us on the line now. Brandon, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
All right. So, first of all, I understand that the people who preceded you in this job had been there for like 20 years. Is that right?
Yep.
So they were there longer than you have been alive, right?
Yeah, a lot longer.
All right. So tell me why you decided to run.
It all started when I was about 11. My interest in politics. I started with getting crosswalk signs within the town, going to the town meetings at the age of 11, and then from then on, the love for government grew, and I thought it was time for someone to step up and implement some changes in Indian Head.
All right. And how did you go about it?
I discussed things with my family and close friends, seeing how I would raise funds and stuff, and then I ended up, working for the Washington Redskins Charitable Foundation this past winter, and all that money that I gained there went towards the campaign.
Brandon Paulin's our guest. He's the youngest mayor ever elected in Maryland history. That's a pretty long history, too. I mean, Maryland was one of the original 13 colonies, so that's got to weigh heavy on you. You've made history in a pretty historic state.
Yeah. Actually, at first, I didn't even realize that I had made history, not until probably a few days after the election when someone had told me.
Huh. And let me ask, growing up, obviously you just said you were inspired by governments and politics from an early age. Can you name a couple of figures who have really inspired you that you sort of set up as role models for yourself?
Oh, wow. In my state at least, Steny Hoyer, he's a great man. I got to meet him a few years ago. At Christmas in April, they were rebuilding a house in Indian Head, so got to meet him a few years ago, and he's inspirational, especially for this area and for what he's done with the Indian Head Naval Base.
Steny Hoyer, I'm pretty sure he was already ready to get termed out when you were born. He's been in office for 4 decades, for crying out loud. See, he's exactly the kind of guy you're running against, Brandon Paulin.
Yeah.
He's old school.
Come on, you're fresh blood.
Yeah, but you got to look at the older people as well, because they've been doing it for a long time, and they do have good advice. So.
All right, so I understand that you went to every door in Indian Head. There's like 3,800 people who live in Indian Head, and you went and knocked on every single door in the city.
Almost every single door.
All right, and so you get on the porch there, and the door opens. What did you say to people? Give me your pitch.
Oh, wow. It all depended on what people were asking. I would say, hey, my name is Brandon Paulin. I'm running for town mayor. And then they'd be like, really? A lot of it was really, you look so young. And I said, despite my youth, and I would give them my pamphlet that had my information and stuff that I've done in the past. And then we'd discuss plans for the future, how to help with the vacant building problem in Indian Head, and ways to bring in business.
So how are you going to bring in business to Indian Head?
I definitely want to bring in business incentives, a way to entice businesses along the 210 corridor. That's something me and the council have to work out, the specifics, but definitely I feel business incentives would be very good for the town.
What does that mean, business incentives? You mean you're going to make it easier, the tax burden is going to be easier for new businesses?
Yeah, currently Indian Head, you look at the tax system, and compared to other cities that, would give you more, Indian Head, is pretty high up there when it comes in terms of that.
Now, are you thinking of reducing business taxes across the board, or just for new businesses coming in? Because some of those old businesses who have stuck it out, they're going to say, hey, what about us? We've stayed loyal.
Yeah, that's something me and the council have to discuss, and it'll be interesting in negotiations and stuff like that. But I definitely want to help businesses out. Indian Head definitely needs it.
Well, it's a mayor-council form of government. How many people on the council?
There's 2 people on the council. There's Ron Satula, who's the vice mayor. He got the second most votes, and Curtis Smith, who's the councilman. Who got
how old are these people?
40 and I'm not sure how old Curtis is, but I think he's in his 40s.
All right, so you, the 19-year-old mayor, will be working with two council members who, let's say, are in their 40s. Is that going to be a problem? Are you going to be able to work with these guys?
I've talked to them a lot over the past week or so, and I think we're on the same page. We're all willing to take the step up to help better Indian Head, and that's the big goal.
Brian Wilson is too shy to ask you this question directly, so I'll ask it on his behalf. Where do you stand on speed cameras in Indian Head?
Speed cameras.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, the county has a lot of speed cameras, that's for sure. But from a safety perspective, it's not bad. But however, speed cameras aren't that great either. When you
don't go wobbly on me here, Paul.
No, we need a definitive answer.
I want a definitive answer.
Come on, Mr. Mayor.
I'd say in limited use they're good,
right.
But other than that, and when you have a bunch of them, it's not good.
All right, so you get sworn in tonight at 7:00, but you won't be able to celebrate by raising a glass of champagne. Do you find any irony in all of that?
No, I've heard that a lot, but no, it doesn't bother me.
Right.
If you can do it, go ahead and do it. So, but you gotta. To me, age doesn't bother me at all. I felt like I could do this for a few years now. Going to the town meetings, I understand what's going on in the town and what needs to get done. I don't think.
I got to throw up a warning flag for you, though, because you just said you want to help the town by reducing taxes on businesses. Steny Hoyer heard you say that. He'd say you're giving tax breaks to the rich. He'd call you a 1%er. You'd be like Mitt Romney in his eyes.
Well, in Indian Head, you got to understand that the businesses in Indian Head, they're not very rich. They're normal people trying to survive, and they're smaller businesses.
Most businesses are just normal people trying to survive. You know what, Brandon Paulin, you're coming along. I'm excited for you. Have you had a conversation with the governor yet, Larry Hogan?
No, I would love to, but no, not quite yet.
All right, we might be able to help arrange that for you.
I think his people listen. You might get a call.
Yeah, you'll get a call.
Well, listen, congratulations, Brandon Paulin. 19 years old, sworn in this evening at 7:00. Mr. Mayor, or Mr. Mayor-elect, I guess we'll say right now. Good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
Check in with us here as things go.
If you got a burning issue of the day, we want to hear from you.
All right, sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
Very cool.